Hello, Assalamu alaikum. Shubho Sonda. My name is Ahsanul Hafiz, and I am the Secretary for Liberal Party of Canada for Ontario Province, and I'm also Board of Director for Ontario Soccer as well, and I'm a community leader, and I did my bachelor degree from University of Windsor, and I have a Bachelor of Science degree. My major was in mathematics, and it's so hot and humid, but everybody decided to be here on a very hot and humid evening, and we really appreciate that everybody come in here and to join with us. And we'll not take too much of your time. And first, as you know from the poster, we will invite everybody on the stage. And she is, I think the main reason that we thought it would be better that we invite her to be here, because she is only 24 years old and she became the youngest member of parliament from Brampton Centre, and she is representing the youth from the Liberal Party, and we thought it would be a great exposure for our community and especially for our young people, that like to know about her journey and how did she achieve this. And we thought it would be a great idea to arrange an evening like this, especially for our youth. So I'll not take too much of your time, and first I would like to invite, and there are a lot of distinguished guests are present here, and we will acknowledge all of you. But first I would like to invite Amandit Sodi to come up to the stage, and please have a seat. And I would like to invite Edward Nixon. He is the President for Scarborough Southwest Federal Liberal. I would like to invite Edward, please come up to the stage and take a seat. And if no one knows Edward, he is a wealth of knowledge. You know, I have some conversation with him, and if you have any question, you know, you are most welcome to ask him, because he is a wealth of knowledge. Trust me, political and other geopolitical, he has a lot of knowledge. And we have another guest. He will be joining in 20 minutes, and I think a lot of people knows him here. He is none other than Kasid Dar. He is the President for Liberal Party of Canada, Ontario Province, and he is also in National Board of Liberal Party, and also he is a political advisor, I think a political outreach advisor to our Foreign Minister, and he will be here joining with us in 20-25 minutes, so he is really late. And also I would like to invite one of our veteran liberal from the area, and none other than, and everybody knows him actually, and none other than our beloved Alomari. Please come up and have a seat on the stage. A lot of our community leaders, you know, a lot of familiar faces are present here. If I forgot to mention anybody's name, don't get me wrong, please remind me, please. And here, our Amin Bhai is present here. Amin Bhai? Amin Bhai is here, and he is one of our very renowned community member here. And Nausher Bhai is here, and Milan Bhai is here. Then Iteza Ahmed Tipu Bhai is here. Then Alimur Haidari Bhai is here, and everybody knows him. And our Rusho Bhai is here. Iqbal Hossain Bhai is here. Our Farhana Khan Apu is here. Our Lai Bhai is here, and our community leader I can see here, Mujibar Bhai is here, Abul Kalam Azad Bhai is here, and also I would like to introduce some other guests here as well. Our Scarborough Southwest Riding Secretary Afia Begum Apu is here as well, and she actually she helped us a lot to arrange this here. and also our Scarborough Southwest Federal Liberal Board of Director Ahsanul, who is here, also present here, and also from Beaches East York, I can see Beaches East York. She is very famous in Beaches East York, and one day she might run for nomination from Beaches East York as well. So our model is here also present, and also our Mohit Bhai is here, Jakaria Bhai is here, and also our Shoidaram Mintu Bhai is here. Thank you very much for covering us. Also, a lot of TV channels is here, and it could be like, you know, so long. Also, Bandhan is present here. So I'm not going to take too much of my your time. Now we will start with Canadian and Bangladeshi national anthem. Sorry, my apology. And then we will gonna start with the dance. We will stand up for first Canadian national anthem, please. Thank you. Now is for Bangladeshi national anthem. Thank you. And of the girls, we're gonna welcome Amandi to the flower. Thank you. So they are welcoming Amandi now.
Thank you so much. Thank you guys. Thank you. Gorgeous. Thank you so much.
Like she thought about some welcoming dance, you know what I mean? And we thought we're gonna welcome Amandit in Scarborough Southwest with some great welcoming dance. So I think I would like to invite our young kids to come in and do a performance, please.
শুধু মনে जाए ना बोला
They represented also ours and also a lot of Indian culture and heritage. So thank you very much, Mr. Kola. So at this point, what we'd like to do, we'd like to take a 10 minutes break for our appetizer is being served, and then we're going to start to talk and all the guests. We're going to take a 10 minutes break for appetizer. It's being served now. So there will be a 10 minutes break, then we're going to start it again.
Okay, sounds good. Okay. Yes.
Then we're going to listen from our guests. Thank you.
Perfect, thank you.
They will be motivated if we have at this stage. I think she is going to the paid element grade. She graduated from the university and after that she goes to the politics. Now she is the MP. So our people should be follow her at least to go to the politics and it will help us with the politics. It's very important in our life. Especially Bangladeshi people, they are always important back home and here also they are in politics. So most of the people are legal politics. So we wish her success in future and she will do it us and we will do it us. Thank you very much.
Edward Nixon to say a few words and also say a few advices for our young crowd here, please.
It is such a pleasure and privilege to be here with you this evening. Thank you to all of you for coming out. It's a pleasure to be here with many members of my executive here in Scarborough Southwest, and many of you I recognize from all your help over the years, and of course we recently had an incredibly successful federal election outcome right here in Scarborough Southwest, our strongest ever showing, most votes, 63% of the vote winning margin, and that was due to people like yourselves who support the party, who volunteer, who donate what you can, and come out and continue the conversation and dialogue. And it's such a great pleasure to have you with you tonight, and for that you've come here to talk to us, and welcome.
Thank you.
And shall we just...
Yeah, sure.
Here you go.
Okay, perfect.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Okay, well, good evening, everyone. Assalamu alaikum, namaste, hi, hello, how are you? First and foremost, thank you all for being here today, and thank you all for having me here as well. I had actually came here with a written speech. I was going to give all of you a big formal speech, and then I thought to myself, there's nothing better than authenticity, and nothing better than to tell you my journey, and I don't need a speech for that. So, my name is Amandeep Sodhi, and I am the Member of Parliament for Brampton Centre, which is in the GTA and about an hour and a little bit away from here. I wanted to say thank you to the organizers of today's event. Thank you to Hafiz for organizing and hosting this event for us. Thank you to every volunteer who's making this evening possible. And thank you to our wonderful dancers in the back. You guys made me so happy. Your dance was amazing. And to you, first girl right there, thank you so much. And to your brother, thank you as well. You guys are great. And I won't make this too long. I'll try not to make it boring for you guys, I promise. But I wanted to start off with telling you guys a little bit about myself and my journey. So let's take a trip back to the 1970s. That is when my granddad immigrated from Punjab, India, here in Canada. And then fast forward 5 years, my dad right there, who's recording me, was born in 1975. My dad has always been very, very involved with the Liberal Party himself from a young age. The values and the beliefs that I carry with myself every day are those that were taught to him from our granddad and then passed down to me. So Dad, thank you so much for that. Then we start in November of 2001, where I was born. And yes, I am 23 years old and made it to federal politics. My journey started at about 10 or 11 years old when my dad used to take me to political events with him. And I always said, this is so boring. Why do people do this? My favorite part of the day or the evening or the night was going home and on the ride home getting mozzarella sticks from Burger King. And that was the only thing that I looked forward to at political events. Fast forward 10 years, I'm now a member of parliament. I don't know how I got here, but I did. In 2019, I started university. I graduated from the University of Western Ontario, and of course, I did political science. I also did a certificate in law and public policy. So my first year of university, a group of girls and I had started a club called Women in Politics. And we had actually created it because there was this one guy in our class named Cole who would never listen to us and who always said, "You guys don't know what you're talking about." And I remember one time we did mock parliament, and of course Cole wanted to be Mr. Prime Minister and never listened to the women in class. So we had originally created this club or this group as somewhat of a joke, but it turned out to be something so amazing and so great. We started off with about 5 or 6 members, and then by the end, when we had graduated, we had over 200 members from our political science class, and I was so happy to see the change that we were able to make within a university community. So giving women that platform to speak on the issues that matter to them, and also simply letting them know that you can talk about anything that matters to you without judgment, as long as you've created that safe space and zone. Darsa, come to the front. And so I thought to myself, if we can make a change in such a small university community, I can only imagine what we can do on a greater level, and especially Canada-wide. That led me to running in the 2025 federal election. This decision didn't come easy. It's a decision that I made last year, and especially at a time and point in life where the Liberal Party was probably at one of its lowest points. But my dad always taught me to stand by everything and anyone that I believe in. I believed in my party, I believed in our leadership, and I believed in the values and the principles that our party has. I put my name in to be nominated, and fortunately, with God's grace, I was acclaimed as the candidate in January of 2025. I sat there after I got a call from the party, and I kind of scratched my head a little bit, and I called my dad and I said, "Oh my God, we're actually going to run in a federal election." The day the election was called, we all sat there and we said, "Here we go, this is it, we're really going to do this." I was scared, there were lots of emotions in the air. I think I cried a little bit at one point too, and I said, "Oh my God, I don't know how I'm going to do this." But I looked around me and I saw the amount of support that I had, whether that was from my dad, whether that was from our family, or whether that was from community members like you guys. It's the support that I received from every single angle that made today possible. Thank you so much. Thank you. And I entered into politics, especially at this young age, because I truly believe in being part of a bigger change. I truly believe that in life we need to be the change that we want to see in the world. And I not only want it to be a change for my generation, but for our grassroots seniors who have held this country on their back and who have dedicated a lot to our communities, and also for future generations to come. I know if we didn't make a change now, then we wouldn't inspire other generations to make that change as well. I won't talk too much about politics and what I want to do within my career, but along with our party guidelines of making lives more affordable for each and every single one of you, and reducing the cost of living, I also would love to do so much work around our youth. Just about 2 or 3 weeks ago, when we were sitting in our national caucus meeting, we were presented with statistics that showed us youth political engagement and how much it's gone down over the years. A group of members and I would say youth federal members of parliament, we created Youth Caucus, in which we would love to figure out ideas and strategies to bring our youth vote back into our party, and also ways to engage our youth. As a young federal member of parliament, every young person that's in this room, if you are ever interested in running for office and being part of a bigger change, as scary and as intimidating as it could be, I want to say, just do it. Just hold your breath and dive into the deep end and rely on your support system to carry you through. And as I previously mentioned, there's something so empowering about being the change that you want to see in the world. It starts with you, it starts with us, and it starts in this room. And I also wanted to, from the bottom of my heart, thank a few people in this room today, and one of them being Hafiz for his dedication and his support to my campaign. I actually met Hafiz back in London, where I talked to him, and he said, anything that you need and anything that my community can do for you, feel free to let me know, because you're young, you're youthful, and you're inspiring. And like me, he also wanted to be part of a bigger change. So thank you so much for your help. I also wanted to thank Kasser Dar. It's okay, I forgive you for being late. Traffic. But when I first started my political journey, he was one of the first people that I talked to. I carried his advice and his words of wisdom with me every day. So thank you so much for so much of your help and for actually being my honorary father. And there's a lot more of you in here that I would like to thank, and I will come and do that personally. Some of you that I just met today, so thank you for your words of wisdom as well. Thank you to the Bengali community. Like I had mentioned earlier on in my speech, there was about 30 or 40 members of the community who came into my campaign office, and they were ready and willing to do whatever it is that I needed them to do, whether that was making phone calls or door knocking. So thank you all very, very much. I look forward to connecting and working with all of you. I'm here not only as a leader, but as a friend, a sister, and as a daughter. And if there are ever any issues that I can help each and every one of you with, I would be more than happy and willing to do so. Please use me at your convenience, and I look forward to connecting with all of you. Thank you once again for being here and for having me here. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
For your insights, and I hope it will gonna inspire. As I can see, a lot of youth are present here. You know what I mean? And if you wanna hang around, if you wanna chat a little bit, you know, about her journey and want to get some advice, definitely she will be here after this. So you can also chat with her after the event. And also due to the traffic, Mr. Dar was late. And as Amadip said, he is inspired to a lot of youth in this province, trust me. He is behind the scene all the time. And everything we need, we call him. In politics, hey, we need this. He said, okay, it will be done, don't worry. You know what I mean? So he is one of the, I should say, liberal backend, and also he's serving as a liberal board of director for Liberal National Board, and also he's the president for Liberal Party of Canada, Ontario Province, and also he's a political outreach director to our foreign minister, honorable foreign minister. And as again I said he's inspired to a lot of youth like Amandeep, a lot of middle-aged like me. I'm hanging, honestly speaking, in Liberal after I think 2017-18 is because of his inspiration. And he said, you are almost ready, why you are not running for office on it? You know what I mean? So I think he inspired me a lot, right? So, and we would like to hear some from him as well, and I would like to invite Mr. Dar to say a few words, please.
Thank you, Hafiz. First of all, my apologies for being late. I think we can blame that forward. I did the same thing in the same hall 3 months ago, so we do the same things. But 2 hours from Mississauga to here, I don't think it's fair with us. So, but still my apologies. So, Mr. Chair, I'm good to see Edward here, Alam Bhai, and our wonderful Babu Hadri. Is he here? Okay, yeah, Babu Hadri is here somewhere. Can you come bring over here? Is that each seat here? Where is he? I know it's anything.
He's not physically very well today, so
I also like to acknowledge 2 people. First, obviously, Ahsanul is my friend. He's the secretary of the board. I've seen him, his generosity from one side of the entire to the other side will always be there whenever we need it. Volunteer, support, community organization. And I think that's an agent of change for the Bengali community. So really thank you for your efforts. So a round of applause for him as well. I also like to thank you. You know, I know a gentleman named Johnny Sodi. I see somebody tell my friend that, hey, where you at? The great leader from say you're right, where you're running from. Which is this show. Oh, perfect. Johnny Sodi. Stand up.
Stand up, Dad.
You know, Johnny used to live in very, very far and away from my home riding, Mississauga. It's called Orangeville. And he comes from all the time when we called him, he showed up to Adam Mills, from Orangeville to Adam. One day he asked me, why did you come to Orangeville? And he took me an hour and a half or 2 hours, and then you realize how often he was there in Brampton, in Mississauga, in London, in Ottawa, how much dedication we have, for years of dedication. For that reason, when he came to me, he said, you know what, Amardeep wants to run. I said, you know what, it's not you, she wants to run, let's sit down and we have a conversation. And I remember I told Amardeep, are you serious about it? Are you sure you want to do it? Because this is not an easy thing to do. And from the day she put her foot in politics, I know it's not a large journey, but she impressed a lot of us with her dedication, her resilience, and her bravery and her honesty, which is very refreshing. So one round of applause for her. So in my past life, I was a teacher and principal in Pakistan. And we were very successful that the institution, we have 18 institutions, and my institution, one of the best when it comes to results and when it comes to recruitment. So they always ask me, what is the secret of your success? And I tell them one thing, that I never dismiss the idea comes from youth. The young generation, not only you are our tomorrow, you are a leader of future, but also you can bring the new, innovative, smart ideas, which we always miss that. And the problem is that I am going to say this thing, in our communities, especially South Asian communities, we are very easy to dismiss. We know better than our kids. But reality of business is that you have this loss of youth, your loss of opportunities there. And one of the opportunities is right in front of you. A 23-year-old young girl who is a member of parliament in Canada. 330, how many people now? 300?
Yeah, 340.
340, 342 or something. Out of 40 million people. She's one of them. The folks from Brampton Center choose and elect her to represent them. About 128,000 people live in that riding. So and that just tells you there is no end what you can achieve. Sky is the limit. And then Hafiz asked me, they want to do an event, and he said, we just did an event, like literally a couple of months ago, and I was here, I know, driving on the same way. And I said, I can't come in, I haven't had it this morning. So, oh, it's a youth event and this and that made me inspired. And I tell you, I'm going to request our chair here as well, because in the Liberal Party, we have so many ways to get youth involved and engaged. And that's the only request we have. While I'm done with my few words, and then you ask a question to Amandeep, how you get involved, and ask a question to Mr. Edward, how to get involved in the Writing Association. How to get involved in the Youth Commission, because there's always a space for our young folks. And that's what we expect it from. If you are 60 and plus, you can be the member of the party. You be the member of the youth club. You have a voice, you are born in the party. And the idea, the policy comes from you, will be very different than ideas and policy we put together. So we need your voices, we need your fresh ideas, and we're really looking forward to the conversation you guys will have with Edward Nixon and Amandeep Sodhi, and I will be joining you guys on your side. So once again, I would like to thank you so much, Albai, Amandeep, Nixon, Andrew, Edward Sodhi, and Ahsanul has been left, and Babu Happy. Where's Babu Happy right now? I just want to see him. Is he here? Okay, perfect. And just want to thank you. Why don't you all one last round of applause to these folks. And last time when I was here, I asked the community one thing, and that was get involved and get engaged. And a boy, election happened. You guys, how you guys delivered, and it's really commendable. The Canadian of Bengali community, not only they delivered, because I, as a chair, I can see all the results. In Hamilton Centre, we have a brand new MP, Ahsanul. He's very grateful for your help. In London, in Windsor, in Mississauga, in Brampton, and in Scarborough region, I don't need to say that, and I also like to mention in Ottawa. So the community at large is really coming together, delivering the message, what is important for you, how you want to contribute in Canada, how you want to contribute as a Canadian, and keep your heritage as a Muslim or maybe as a Bengali, and I think that's very important. So with that, I'd like to thank you. Babu has this stick, and I'm very suspicious of this. I think it's a fashion stick. I think he's very young, he's very energetic. He always does a great work. So I just wanted to thank you for all your contributions. Thank you so much.
Thank you,
Thank you.
Thank you, Kasif bhai. I know you are very busy, but you took your time off from your busy schedule and you are excited to be here. So thank you very much. And at this point, I think we are almost at the end. Okay, Amandeep wants to say something.
So sorry, I'm not going to speak as long as I did the first time. I forgot to thank one very important person to me. And it didn't feel right ending the night off without thanking him. So I wanted to thank my dad for everything that he's done for me. And I wanted to thank him in front of all of you, not only because he deserves to be thanked, but for every young person who's in this room today, praise God and thank your parents. Every day for everything that you are and for everything that you will be, it's because of God and it's because of your parents. My dad helped me become Canada's youngest MP while taking care of the rest of the family, my two younger brothers, catering to my mom, and running a household, meanwhile maintaining his business. It's not an easy thing to do, and for him to be my backbone during this election and to be there for me through every breakdown, through every single up and down. I owe him my life. Thank you so much. I couldn't have done this without you. And everyone, when you go home at the end of the night, I know us kids don't like showing affection to our parents, but hug your mom, hug your dad, hug your older brother, sister, cousin, Chachi, Tai, whoever it is that you love and has done something for you. Make sure to tell them that you love them. Life is too short, and love each other. Be kind. Always follow with your heart and lead by example. Thank you guys once again.
Thank you, Hamodik, for sharing those nice word of wisdom, and would like to do probably 10 minutes because we see a lot of youths are here and a lot of adult youths are here. They say they would like to ask Hamodik some questions, and because of the weather, we would like to make it a little bit shorter. So we have 10 minutes, and if you have any questions in your mind, anybody in the room, please ask Amandeep or anybody in the guest like Edward or Asibai here. So please ask a question. Thank you.
Hello Amandeep, congratulations.
Thank you so much.
My name is Sharmina. So I have a question like, what are the policies or kind of the plan or the program you are trying to implement for the youth engagement and the civic youth leadership and the civic engagement?
Yes, for sure.
Is that too hard? I'm not young, I'm just like...
Well, first of all, age is just a number. You have to be young at heart, so it's okay. But I am currently working along with my other members of the Youth Caucus. So we have Faris from Mississauga, we have a representative from BC and one from Quebec as well. In September, we will have a meeting with the Prime Minister's office and also a meeting with the Secretary of State for Youth, her name is Anna Gainey, to discuss what are some youth policies that we can bring at a federal level to help ages 18 to 30, because that, I guess, is considered youth within federal politics. I know there's a lot of work that still needs to be done, and that's why I'm here today, to do that work for you guys and to do that work for our generations to come. One of the things that we do have for youth that would like to get involved in politics is Canada's Youth Leadership Program. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think it brings in a couple thousand jobs over Ontario for youth that are looking to work within the political sphere. And like I said, starting September, I will come back to you with more of those policies as well. I will work with those necessary to bring in policies and programs that are going to benefit our children and our future generations to come as well. Thank you.
Any more questions from the crowd, please?
No, I should not have a question today because the program is for youth. But when I hear you are coming here, I was so excited to come to see you.
Thank you so much.
Because I don't have a chance to go to Brampton. I was not healthy that time. So thank you very much. I think in Canadian history, you make that milestone. And I'm thanks from everybody, from my heart, you make it and you did it. Especially Bengali people, we are very politicalized from back home, whatever reason. But in Canada, when we came here, it was not that much. But we built it slowly, slowly, one after another. And finally, when I came to Canada, I had a dream to make a small Bangladesh here. And we made it. It's not finished, but it's on the way. So sometimes I'm feeling sad. In Ottawa, we are 180 million people in Bangladesh. If you compare India, Pakistan, we supposed to mathematically, arithmetically, at least couple of people in parliament. So Amandeep, I hope and I believe you can appreciate our community, and I believe someone want to Ottawa one day, and we have a target. Mr. Hafiz is here, He's a young chap studying in University of Windsor, and day and night I saw him last couple of years work hard. But we don't have a recognition. We need recognition by the community, by the Southeast Asian overall in Canadian. Because if you work hard, no recognition, sometimes you feel sad. For example, my brother Kashif, he lost last election only 20 votes if I'm not wrong. So we see him next time stand back, and Hafiz is a strong man. He do the politics from his heart, and I tell you something truth nobody knows about him. His father was a big politician in Bangladesh. He is a very progressive man, but I am happy to see day and night Hafiz is here to control our community. But one thing I have a question for you guys. Because our community has so much segregation, you know, even little people, we are coming here from Bangladesh, there is a party, different party, and we belong different party. But when Canadian politics, we're supposed to be together, and we're supposed to be united. So when we are not united, we will never make it. And I want our community should be united with somebody, one person. Then at a time, one person, the next one, it will come. But somehow, we fall apart, and how we can fix it? I think we can start from young people. If they are coming to the stage and they ask them, they talk to them and say you need to be united, then sooner or later somebody will be Ottawa. But because of our issues, because of our attitude, because of our background politics, we fall apart again and again. So hopefully today, I never had a chance to talk to people, that many people in the podium. I have a chance. I said, everybody please come together and target one person from Scarborough Southwest. Then we'll go to Scarborough Centre. Then we go north. Then we come to the other one. And we'll make it. And Bengali people do it. Because they never care about their life. They make independent, lost 3 million people. And we are from there. And we'll make it. But we need to be aggressive a little bit. In this case, I'm not fighting. But politically, we will be aggressive. We will fight there. Other state will not make it. And Liberal Party, everybody's heart here. And without Liberal Party, the communities here, the immigrant people here, it will be tough. I came here conservative time. I passed so many prime ministers. At the end, almost Justin Trudeau make it what he mentioned first time, coming down. But can we come back and everything prosper? So one day, somebody come like me from our community to build it and make it. And thank you very much to give me opportunity to talk. You guys have wonderful evening and we'll make it. Thanks.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
So I understand being the youngest MP, obviously, and being a woman of color, there must have been some challenges along the path, along your journey. So I wanted to know how it was and how you overcame like society and the societal challenges in general.
Okay. Yeah, of course. Good question.
Well, thank you for your question. I think that's a very important question. Obviously, being a minority and being 23 years old, there were a lot of challenges that I had. And the biggest one was not from people our age and not from people our parents' age, but more so the older generation, especially when we went door knocking. There were a lot of people who said, you know what, you're 23 years old, you're just out of school, what do you know? You basically have no political experience besides a degree, and that doesn't teach you anything about real life in the world anyways. But one thing that I said to them is, I may not know everything now. It's impossible for someone to know everything. But I told them that I'm committed and I'm dedicated to learning and to being taught about the issues that matter to people, about the policies that will help change the lives of people, and also that I have that drive to make that change. And I wouldn't really say I had any issues being a person of color, but I think that's because we have such a strong Punjabi community, South Asian community within Brampton, that I never felt that I was, part of a minority group. And obviously within any riding, within any city, there are going to be groups of people or certain areas where they might be predominantly white, they might be predominantly black, but at the end of the day, you kind of learn how to talk around certain things and to let them know at the end of the day, you could be white, I could be black, you could be Asian, but we all bleed red. We all are human at the end of the day, and we all care about the same issues. And the first step to tackling those issues is working with one another. And the next thing I'm going to say is a little bit cliche. And it might be a little bit contradicting too, because I just said you should listen to your parents and, you know, rely on your support system. But and I'm just going to use our generation's slang, but you should just block out the haters. People are going to hate. There's people in our community whose sole job and purpose in life will be to bring you down and to knock you down. But you need to stand for what you believe in. You need to know that you're determined and bound to do something great. And you, like I said, you need to follow your heart and lead by example. Know that what you're doing is right. Never go against that. And just trust the process and keep your faith. And that's what I can say to you as a young person. Thank you.
Hi, Mandeep. Nice to meet you. I was wondering, since there's youth of all ages here today, people that are in high school, people that are in university, I was wondering if you had any advice for them, those people that are trying to get into politics like you, what we can start doing now, people that are in high school or university, they're in, what kind of extracurriculars they can do, how they can get involved with their community, volunteering work, what can we do to actually, you know, further our political information and kind of get to where you are?
Thank you for that question. Very good question again. The first step to getting involved in politics, I would say, is talk to those around you, leaders who have been in this field for a while. So like I said, when I first started my political journey, I met with Mr. Kassergar. He's a prominent figure within the Liberal Party. He's been involved for a long time. And you want to sit there and you want to listen to their advice and actually let it sink in sometimes. Because I think majority of the time we listen, and then it kind of goes in through one ear and out the other. But being able to like sit down and comprehend what they're saying after is a huge step and a huge deciding factor if you want to get into politics or not. Because there's no better advice than someone can give you than someone who's actually doing that every single day as their job. I would also say within high school and university, I remember when I was in high school, we had debate club, we had mock parliament, we had classes that were based around politics, like politics and public policy and politics and law. So I would encourage you to take political-based classes, whether that's in high school or university. A big thing that I would also recommend you do is join youth council and to join like the Youth Liberal Party, for example. I know Toronto Metropolitan University has a very, very large group of young liberals. They go on retreats, they talk about issues that matter to them. So groups around that political sphere is definitely something that I would look into joining. And then, like I said, just count on your network. Talk to those around you. Try to maybe volunteer within constituency offices. Maybe in the next election you can volunteer on a campaign. That way you see and experience a lot of those things firsthand. And I think sometimes what you see like in front of you is different than what you see behind closed doors, and that's why I would say run to volunteer in a political campaign, because you get to see the hard work and the determination that goes into running a campaign, all of the ins and outs, everything from, you know, where are we going to door knock today, to what is the next email blast that we need to send out. And I think that's a lot of good political experience. And if you ever plan on running in the future, it's one of the things that are going to help gear you up for your next campaign as well. And then if you are ever, need someone to talk to, or if you're ever thinking about getting into politics yourself, I would honestly say, and not to sing my own praises, but come talk to me. I just went through this year, not too long ago, a couple months. I'm still fresh and new into the political game. And I want to see more young people out there anyway. So whatever it is that I can personally help you with at any level, you make sure you come to me at the end of this event. I'll give you my number. We can stay connected. And just reach out to me whenever you need anything.
Thank you very much, Megan. And for those of you who might still be in high school, guess what? You can volunteer at a constituency office or an election campaign and get your mandatory volunteer hours knocked off. Bonus.
I forgot about that.
And actually, we have a large number of young people helping our MP, the Honorable Bill Blair, win our election here in Scarborough Southwest. And they made a significant difference. They reached out to people, they knocked on doors, and they also got to meet and hang out with their MP, which is because he was around the office, he was very welcoming, very appreciative. So don't ever think you can't make an actual difference. And for those of you who may pay attention to the last election, there are places where we won or lost by 1, 5, 10 votes, 4. So the door you knock on the phone call you make, the person you talk to, can be the deciding factor in what happens. So anyway, just have that thought. Thanks again. And listen to what Ahsanul says.
So I just want to ask a question. Who here is not the member of the Liberal Party? Raise your hand. It's okay. It's free membership. Who is not? I can check your membership here. If you're not a member of the Liberal Party, raise your hand. Are you a member of the Liberal Party, sir? You're not? Yes or no? No? Yeah. Raise your hand. Okay, raise your hand then. So what I'm saying is go to liberal.ca. When you go to liberal.ca, there is all kind of membership there. Youth. If you're in the youth category, become a member. They will send you email. They will guide you to your local. If you're in the university, you have youth clubs in your university, or your youth club in your riding. You can make your own youth club, liberal youth club in the riding system. You can be the member of Parliament's youth club if your member of Parliament has that. Aman is going to give you guys her phone number, and you can reach to her directly if you like to go to Brampton and help over there. But I'll tell you what is, there's a convention happening, one Ontario Liberal Party convention happening. We have Liberal Party Canada convention happening. We have Liberal Party Canada for Province of Ontario convention happening. That is your chance. Get involved, get engaged, find out how can you contribute. Thank you.
Thank you, thank you. So one more last question because we are already over 10 minutes. Hello, Party, and I'm 19. I'm one of the adults here. I'm 19, and I'd like to ask, as someone who didn't really have a guide for graduation where I should end up, how will youth really control that? After graduation, where should they lead on to next? And how can we, help?
It's a good question. I would say if you don't have a guide necessarily, I would maybe reach out to a few people within the fields that you want to go into, whether that's politics, business, construction, anything that it is. I know that can be kind of hard to do, but maybe if you, like a quick Google search on some key prominent figures within that field, I think that would definitely help you. And then I would also recommend going to a lot of job conventions. I know a few times during the year they do offer those programs where you can kind of go around the round table, around the room, and they've got different booths for different employment sectors. So I think talking to professionals, getting that hands-on experience with them, and first-hand advice could be helpful. And then I don't know if there's someone within the university, but I know for high schools we have guidance counselors. I would try to talk to them. And for universities, I could reach out to higher level colleagues. I would talk to your professors. Your professors actually have more knowledge than you would ever think that they do. They've got the life experience, they've got, you know, the theoretical experience and all of that. So rely on the network around you is what I would say. And then yeah, if you would like to connect one-on-one with me about this after too, and if there's any way that I can specifically help you out, I would also be more than happy and willing to help you out. But I hope that answers your question in one way or another.
So I think we are taking the last question, and because still she'll be here for probably half an hour more, so you can ask her one-to-one, but we'll take her last question. That is the last one.
Was it always your dream to be a member of parliament, or if it wasn't, who or what motivated you the most?
So yes, it was always a dream to be a member of parliament, but I thought that this was something I would do in my 40s or my 50s. I had wanted to pursue law school before becoming a member of parliament, and that's actually what I was working towards when this opportunity came up. But I think one of the things that motivated me was, we all know last year times, I mean, not even just last year, even into this year, times are tough, people are struggling. And one of the biggest things that motivated me to run for office and to be part of a bigger change was seeing my mom struggle. She is almost 50 years old. She works as a registered massage therapist, and she's someone who also suffers with some health problems in terms of having arthritis and osteoporosis. She had come back from work one day, and she said to me, Amandeep, I can't open my hands are really hurting. And I said to her, Mom, well, you should take a couple of days off of work, maybe a week or two, and just try to rest and recover. And she looked at me and she said, well, how am I supposed to do that? I've got kids to feed, bills to pay, a mortgage to pay. She's like, I can't afford to take time off. And she's like, I also can't afford to change my work of field. What am I supposed to do? And I think that was a big deciding factor for me, is that I know there are people out there like my mom that are struggling, and I don't want to see that struggle. I don't want our generation to struggle, and I don't want our future generations to ever have to worry about that struggle as well. So I think that's a major thing that motivated me to run for office and to be part of a bigger change. I think it's, and like I said, it's all about being that change that you want to see in the world. And so I hope that answers your question. There's obviously a lot more that motivated me, but it brings me to want to thank all of the moms that are in the room today. We wouldn't be here without our moms. Our country comes from a room full of moms. All of the strongest leaders in the world come from a mom. So thank you to all the moms out there. And yeah, it's my mom was definitely one of the biggest reasons that I ran for this, and without my parents, I wouldn't have been able to do it. So yeah.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Amandeep, for. Okay.
Hi, congratulations, Amandeep. I know it's based on the young and youth generation, but as a mom, I have an observation and I have a question in this regard. That the youth generation here in Canada are not very interested in politics, but they know politics very well. How do you think that you can motivate them more to get into the politics?
Yes.
Thank you.
I'll make
Thank you,
it very
She
quick.
was very famous and back old days in because she was a news presenter, I think, in Bangladesh.
Okay.
So she's still very famous in our community. You know what I mean? Thank you. Thank you.
Oh wow, cool.
Well, thank you, Miss Celebrity. But I think one of the big things we need to do is be where the youth are, both physically and digitally. I know that you said the youth knows what's happening in politics, but they don't care about it too much. And I think that's because of TikTok and Snapchat and Instagram. But we need to be there in the right ways. And that's one of the things that the Youth Caucus and I want to work on, is teaching kids that it's okay to enter a scary, dark political world, and that it's important to speak on the issues that matter to you. And what I mean by we need to be there physically as well is we don't see a lot of people doing this anymore, but we need to go to elementary schools. We need to go to high schools. We need to go to universities. And especially as a young member of parliament, that's one thing that I want to do, because kids don't listen to their parents or their teachers, and they don't like to read textbooks. But I think one thing that speaks to our youth and our generation is firsthand experience. So going there as a young member of parliament and as a motivator to these children, that's one way that I would hope and expect our youth to be brought back into politics. And I would also encourage them to, tell their own story. Your own story can be one of the biggest motivating factors to get into politics. Like I just said, my mom inspired me to get into politics. And I'm sure there are so many other young people out there that have a story that resonates with them and would be the reason why they take that first step. And secondly, I think we also just need to be there digitally. Sending out a newsletter or putting a government post out there is not going to bring our kids in. But if we make posts, if members of parliament make posts about policies that are coming out in different ways, in ways that will engage our youth, like making a TikTok video or doing a get ready with me, whatever it is that today's generation looks for, seeks for, is interested in, I think working with that and being there physically and present in their spaces, both of them together will definitely help make a difference. I know that there's other ways that we can accomplish this as well, and I look forward to working with my Youth Caucus members in September to think about those ideas and to bring our youth back into politics, both have them being engaged and aware.
Hi, I'm earlier, but my question is about cabinet. So I want to know what kind of policies or bills the Liberal Party is putting forward to do something about this climate crisis. I'm not too knowledgeable on this topic.
So, it's a good question, and I don't have a complete answer to give you. I don't think that currently in the House there are any bills or legislation based around climate change. But it is one of the things that the Youth Caucus wants to work on, especially around the use of AI and how that affects climate change as well. So I hope coming September I have a better answer to give you. I know there's so much work that needs to be done around climate change. It's an issue that's kind of like swept under the rug sometimes, and you don't hear too much about it unless you're from the Green Party. But like I said, I hope to give you a better answer in September. I'd love to connect with you once the Youth Caucus has discussed how AI affects climate change. But thank you for your question. I'm sorry that I don't have a full answer to give you on this one. Thank you.
So we will take our last question and please go ahead.
Thank you very much for the invitation to go to the website of the Liberal Party and join you. Thank you very much for this call. But before going to the website, I have two quick questions, and they're very much connected to each other. that you know that our youth has a biggest problem. Some of them are using drugs. And the drug dealers, like they are really penetrating to the universities, our educational institutions. So what plan as a parliament member of parliament, what plan do you have to culminate this culture and bring these youth back to the universities, back to the schools and institutions and back to the future? Number one, this is my last question. The second thing is that we know that we are like all human beings and we want peace and prosperity. Not only in Canada, but around the globe. And in some part of the world, genocide is being done, people are being tortured, murdered, killed, innocent children and women as well. And without their specific ethnic, religion, or what are the basics. So as a member of parliament, what's your plan to be Canada on the right side of the history? How would do you have some plans to talk to your other parliamentarians that they should not be part of the genocide, but they should be part of the other side? So I'm sorry.
I know youth mental health and drug use is a very important and prevalent issue. One of the things that I would like to work on, especially within my writing, is obviously bringing youth back into politics and having them being involved, but also youth mental health is where it all begins. I would love to advocate for more federal funding within the Canadian mental health institution, especially for our youth. I think it's important to give them the resources that they need in order to thrive and have a better life for themselves. In terms of the drug use, I can talk about our Bill C5, which is the Strong Borders Act. The federal government is investing into our borders to make them more secure. We are hiring 1,000 new CBSA officers, and with the implementation of this bill, our hope and our goal is that we will be able to better control what is coming in and out of our country. There are different ways that this will be done, obviously in terms of illegal immigration, money laundering, but one of the big things that we want to do is crack down drug use and the use of fentanyl. So we're hoping with securing our borders and investing into them that we can help combat the issue of drug use, and along with advocating for federal funding for our youth, that we can make that difference within today's generation. And for your second question, I truly think one of the biggest things that needs to be done, especially for conflict that's happening around the world and genocide, especially what's happening right now in Palestine, I think one of the big issues and the biggest things that we can do is to be an advocate, to speak about it in our committees, to teach our people what is going on and to raise awareness. I also think a big thing that we need to do is hold people accountable. And one of the ways that we can do that is talking about these issues within Parliament. That way people out there know your stance and what you believe in. So those are the two things that I hope that answers your two-part question. And thank you very much once again for your question.
Thank you, Amandeep. Thank you for answering all questions. So we'll be ending here today. And before we we are done with the meeting, after the meeting, the dinner will be served. But I will request all the youth to come in here, and Amandeep can cut a cake, with us, because just to show some the way we congratulate her, right? And also I will ask Afi Apu, our Escargo Southwest Riding Secretary, to put a closing remarks, please.
Happy birthday, Amandeep. 24th birthday.
everyone, my name is Amandeep Sodhi. I'm a member of Parliament from Brampton Centre. I'm so excited to be here with the Bengali community at Fusion Lounge Restaurant. Thank you so much for having me, and thank you to the organizers for putting together such a wonderful and amazing event. It was so nice to talk about myself and my political journey, and to thank those around me that made this campaign and this election possible. And to every young person that's watching, and like how I said today to all of the youth in the room, you're never too young, you can always do it. Hold your nose and jump in the deep end and rely on your support system for all the help. And to all and any of my constituents watching in Brampton Centre, from any community, I am more than ready and willing to help you with whatever it is that I can assist with. Please feel free to reach out to me or to anyone from my office, and I'd be happy to do so. Thank you once again to everyone here. I appreciate all of your help and your support, and it was an honor and a pleasure to talk to you all. Thank you.
Good evening, friends and family of NRB TV. Today I'm in Scarborough. My name is Ahsanul. I'm the chair of Ontario for the Liberal Party of Canada. And today we are here with a fantastic youth, I would say, a dialogue between Amandeep Sodhi, one of the youngest parliamentarian from the Brampton Centre, and our own friend from the Bengali community, the star, the rising star, Ahsanul Hafiz, is also served with me on the board as a secretary. And I think it's a fascinating dialogue, so much new ideas, fresh set of conversations, and also the amount of responsibility which I felt from our youth community is absolutely refreshing, and it's fantastic to see. I can tell you, after attending this event, I felt reassured that our future is in safe hands, and I encourage through this TV also to get engaged, get involved, because we are Canadian, first, second, and last, and we continue contributing in the prosperity of Canada. And with that, I know I want to repeat what Mark Carney, our Prime Minister, say, that we all need to come together as a Canada strong. It's a challenging time when it comes to tariff or economics. It's a economically challenging time, and I'm very confident with the leadership of Mark Carney and with the hope I had today with all the youth. I hope we're going to be very successful and be very prosperous. Thank you.
ধন্যবাদ NRB TV কে। আজকে আমাদের একটা প্রোগ্রাম ছিল সবচেয়ে ইয়াংগেস্ট এমপি ব্রাম্পটন সেন্টারের আমানদীপ সৌদি, ওকে নিয়ে আমাদের ছেলে ইয়াং জেনারেশনকে মোটিভেট করার জন্য একটা প্রোগ্রাম করা হয়েছিল যে পলিটিক্সে কীভাবে আসতে হয়, কেন আসা দরকার। আজকে প্রচুর দর্শক শ্রোতা ছিল, আমাদের হল ভর্তি ছিল, এবং আমাদের সবাই খুব ধৈর্য সহকারে প্রায় 2 ঘন্টার উপরে বসে বসে অনুষ্ঠান শুনেছে। ওই আমানদীপ 24 বছর বয়সে এমপি হয়ে গেছে, এবং সে এত সুন্দর কথা বলে, আমরা বলছি আমাদের ছেলেপেলেরা কেন পারবে না। আমাদের ছেলেপেলেরা ওকে দেখে আসছি তো উৎসাহিত হোক এবং ভবিষ্যতে এগিয়ে আসুক। এসে আমাদের মধ্যে থেকে আমরা চাই আমাদের ইয়াং জেনারেশন থেকে যেন এমপি হয়। ধন্যবাদ সবাইকে।
আমি আফিয়া বেগম, স্কারবোরো সাউথ রাইডিং এর আমি সেক্রেটারি। আজকে আমাদের এখানে খুব সুন্দর একটা প্রোগ্রাম হয়েছে। অমরদীপ সিধু, ও হলো মেম্বার অফ পার্লামেন্ট, এসছে।
Today was a wonderful program where our youngest member of parliament really inspired some of the youth that came out to see her, and she's right on the money. It's very important that we get the youth engaged in our politics because they're struggling. Someone asked her a question, what to do about youth drug use. And the thing is, the reason that youth are doing drugs is because they don't have hope. And we've got someone here today that showed us what kind of hope that they have, and it was an honor for me to be here. I'm Summer Newdell, and I'm so happy that you invited me. Thank you.
Hi viewers, আমি হচ্ছে আহসানুল হাফিজ, আমি সেক্রেটারি লিবারেল পার্টি অফ কানাডা অন্টারিও প্রভিন্সের, এবং আজকে এখানে আমাদের এসেছিলেন লিবারেল পার্টি অফ কানাডার এখন সবথেকে ইয়াংগেস্ট এমপি। শি ইজ অনলি 23 ইয়ার্স ওল্ড। শি ইজ দ্য এমপি ফ্রম ব্র্যাম্পটন সেন্টার, এবং এইখানে আমাদের স্কারবোরো সাউথ ওয়েস্টে যে ইউথদের একটা ইনভলভমেন্ট, এখানে আসলে আমাদের ক্রাউডের ম্যাক্সিমামটাই ছিল এখানে ইউথ আজকে, এবং স্কারবোরো সাউথ ওয়েস্টে যে ইউথরা এসেছিল, এবং এইটার আসলে একটা মেইন উদ্দেশ্য ছিল যে ইউথদেরকে পলিটিক্সে ইন্সপায়ার করা। এবং এখানে যে আমানদীপ উনি শেয়ার করেছেন, ওনার যে একটা পলিটিক্যাল জার্নিটা সবার সঙ্গে শেয়ার করলেন, এবং আমাদের ইউথদের থেকে এখানে অনেকগুলো কোয়েশ্চেন এসেছিল, এবং যেগুলো ছিল অনেক একটা মানে ভেরি গুড কোয়েশ্চেন্স যে তারা কিভাবে পলিটিক্সে ইনভলভ হতে পারে এবং তারা এইখান থেকে কিভাবে এগিয়ে যেতে পারে পলিটিক্সে, তারা ফেডারেল লিবারেলের যে আমাদের ইউথ উইং আছে আপনার ইয়াং লিবারেল, সেটা থেকে কিভাবে আপনার সম্পর্কিত হতে পারে। তো আই থিঙ্ক ইট ওয়াজ এ গ্রেট সেশন এবং এখানে আপনার উপস্থিত ছিলেন আমাদের আমানদীপ সৌদি, তারপর আমাদের লিবারেল ন্যাশনাল বোর্ডের ডিরেক্টর, অন্টারিও প্রভিন্সের প্রেসিডেন্ট কাসিদ দার, উনিও উপস্থিত ছিলেন এখানে। তারপরে আমাদের এখানে আরও স্কারবো সাউথ ওয়েস্ট ফেডারেল লিবারেলের প্রেসিডেন্ট এডওয়ার্ড নিক্সনও ছিলেন এখানে। তো ইট ওয়াজ এ গ্রেট সেশন, আমাদের সো মেনি কমিউনিটি মেম্বার্সও উপস্থিত ছিলেন। তো এবং এই ধরনের ওয়েদারে ইট ওয়াজ সো হট অ্যান্ড হিউমিড, সো আই এম থ্যাঙ্কিং এভরিবডি টু কাম ইন ফরওয়ার্ড এবং আমাদের এটাকে সাপোর্ট করার জন্য, স্পেশালি আমাদের ইউথদেরকে, আমাদের কমিউনিটির। এবং থ্যাংক ইউ NRB TV চ্যানেলকে, আমাদেরকে ওনারা এখানে এসে আমাদেরকে কভার করার জন্য, এবং থ্যাংক ইউ বিয়ার।
থ্যাংক ইউ NRB TV, মিন্টু ভাই, ধন্যবাদ এখানে আসার জন্য। আপনারা নিশ্চয়ই ইতিমধ্যে অবগত হয়েছেন যে আজকে একটা প্রোগ্রাম ছিল আমাদের মিট অ্যান্ড গ্রিট, that youth rising with a conversation with Canada's youngest MP, Amandeep Saudi, and we are so delighted to have her in the community and involved in with our youngsters and inspiring them in this community and how to grow in their political career. So it was a great event indeed, and like we had other among distinguished people was attended and bunch of community people. Such a beautiful event. আমরা সবাই খুব এনজয় করতে পেরেছি। আমি আশা করি যারা এসেছিলেন সবাই এনজয় করতেছেন। আমি NRB TV সহ প্রত্যেকটা মিডিয়াকে উপস্থিত হওয়ার জন্য অসংখ্য ধন্যবাদ জানাই।